Hello children, welcome again to another class of physics. In the previous class we have already studied about the vernier caliper. So today we are going to study about a micrometer. So this is what a micrometer is, alright. Before we start, let's talk about the different parts that it is having, and yes, obviously what is the principle, what is it used for. It can measure the very same thing that we have seen for a vernier caliper. We saw that a vernier caliper can measure the length, the diameter, basically the height, the depth, and over here this can measure the length, the diameter, and moreover the main purpose that it is used for is the thickness. Alright. The principle that it is based upon is the principle of nut and bolt. And what it can measure up to, it can measure up to 0.01 mm precisely, alright, accurately we can say. So that is what is the least count of it. The least count tells us up to what accuracy a particular instrument is having. Now let's see what are the main components of this. The main components of this is anvil. Over here this is the fixed part. Then we have a spindle which rotates as we are going to move this part. This is known as a spindle. This movable thing is known as spindle. Alright. This is known as spindle. When we open it up, you can see some markings present over here. So these are the main scale division present, like 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm and so on. And this thing that it is having these markings is known as a sleeve. What is this known as? This part I am talking about. This is known as a sleeve. Alright. Thimble, spindle, anvil, this is the frame, and ratchet. We can move it from here also, but suppose when you want to put up something in such a way that has to be very precise and very smooth manner, so then we use this particular thing, that is what is known as ratchet. Alright. So this is what we are going to use today and see how we can take up a reading or present on a micrometer. So for that, first of all, let us discuss that what are the markings, what is the least count, what about the circular scale division present over here, what about the main scale division present over here. So these are the different things. Now over here there will be a bit of difference in calculating the least count. How can we calculate a least count? Least count will be calculated on the basis of two factors. One will be pitch and the other one will be the number of circular division. Now what about number of circular division? If we look into this part, see, this is nothing. This is simply a marking which shows that the 0 is part over here. And if I move it, you can see the count is increasing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 25, and in between each one is having 5, 5, 5, 5 division. So that makes it to be as total number of 50 divisions present on the circular part. So that means total number of circular division will count to be as 50, 50. Alright. And pitch over here will be referred to as the 0.5 mm, because we know that right at the top over here we are having two markings, two, like this thing I am talking about. This is 0, then 1, this will be 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 and so on. And between this and in between this will be half of this value. Alright, this will be half of this value. So this will be 0.5 mm. This will be 0.5 mm. So that is what is going to be the pitch for this very micrometer. Alright. So when we are going to use it for the least count, what are we going to say? We will say that when the thimble completes, when the thimble, like right now over here, when this thimble completes one complete circular division, that means this has moved further in an axial division. See, how do we get to know that whether we are opening it or closing it? You can have it from the direction of anti-clockwise and the clockwise direction. The clockwise direction will close it, it will become near so that we can hold any object. And when we are going to move in an anti-clockwise direction, so we are opening this very object or letting it loose. So when the thimble completes one revolution, then the spindle moves in axial direction of 0.5 mm in every one. Like if we talk about, This is the thing, it is at the second one. Now I am going to make a rotation of one division, one, yes, so it has moved 0.5, that is what it has come near. So this is what it is, now it has reached 1 mm from 1.5 mm. So this is what is the movement that refers to over here. So graduation on thimble will be equal to 50 mm, pitch will be equals to 0.5 mm. Now let's take the case over here, how to put up any object and calculate using a micrometer. We are going to put up any object present between the spindle and the anvil, and we are going to use the thimble part to rotate. We are going to use the thimble part to rotate. Now this is what is the sleeve present, and it has marking. So 0, it will be 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm and so on. And the distance between them, this is known as 0.5. So this is 0.5 mm, 1 mm, 1.5 mm, 2. So as we move on, 0.5 increment will keep on happening between them. So 1, 1.5, 2 mm, 2.5, 3, 3.5 and so on. Then the next thing that matters is over here the circular division, better known as the thimble scale also. So how do we calculate the pitch over here? So pitch is basically the distance that is going to move in one circular division, the distance covered by it. How is the distance? That is what we just saw previously also, like in movement of its one circular division, like when we are going to give a rotation of one revolution, it has moved a distance of 0.5 mm. Alright, like let's say that started from this very point and reaches after a circular division at this very point. So that means the distance is over here as 0.5 mm. The distance moved by it is what is pitch. So that means least count is equal to pitch upon number of circular divisions present in it. Graduation on the thimble. Graduation means marking. Marking present on a circular division is 50 mm. Each division stands for 1 mm. So least count will be equal to 0.5 mm, that is the pitch, upon the number of divisions, so which it comes out to be 0.01 mm. So this is what is the least count for a micrometer. Let's continue. Okay, let us take a case in which we are going to use an object to calculate its thickness. So for that, let's take a coin. You can see I am having a coin present over here, 1 rupee coin, to check out the thickness. Now to check out the thickness, what do we need to write down? What do we need to have? We need to have all these basic things. Alright, first of all, we'll go to the main scale reading. Alright, well, that means this very part. Alright, okay. So main scale reading or the main scale division, we can say. So we know that this is 0, 1 and the next one is also uncovered. So we will take it to be as 1.5 mm. Then the next thing that we need to have is the circular scale division or the thimble scale division also, we can say. So what is the thimble scale division over here? Let's count. Let's see. This is 35, 36 and 37. 37 is like over here, 25th will be known as a circular scale division, the one which is coinciding with this main line. So similarly over here, it is the 37th one which is coinciding. So that means it will be the 37th division to be taken up for the thimble scale or the circular scale, we can say. And next, what we need to have is the least count. Least count we have already calculated. The least count was 0.01 mm. So let's calculate. So it will be the main scale reading plus circular scale division into the least count of that very object. What is the main scale reading? The main scale reading is 1.5 mm plus circular scale division, that is 37 into 0.01 mm. So that means it will be 1.5 plus 0.37 mm. On adding up these two, what are we going to get? We are going to obtain it to be as 1.87 mm. So that means the thickness of this coin, I am not saying the diameter, because this is going to give us the distance between this edge and this edge, or this surface and this surface. That is what is we are going to obtain it over here to be as 1.87 mm, the thickness of this very coin, precisely and exactly. Okay, so this is the way in which we can calculate the reading using a micrometer. So these again, that is what is we are going to obtain a very close answer, quite accurate or very near to the actual one. So that is what we use a micrometer for. Alright children, that's it. Now in the next we will be basically starting with the graph system, the coordinate geometry. We'll take up a basic thing from the graph before we start with the plotting of the graph present in the physics.